welcome to It's a Boat Thing, Meet the Owner. Today we are in March in Cambridgeshire and we are meeting a couple that own a very lovely boat, a Viking 28 narrowbeam. The boat's called Jessa and it's owned by Graham. Let's go and meet Graham. Hello Graham, how are you?
Hello Peter, well really good. Yeah.
Excellent. So your boat is a Viking
28 foot, yep.
28, and how long have you owned it for?
16 years now. We retired together, my wife and myself, Christine. We retired together, and we also moved houses because we was in a company house before we retired.
Yeah.
So we had to buy a new house, and that brought us to March.
And you seem to have landed a house with a mooring attached to the bottom of the garden.
Absolutely right. It didn't have a mooring when we first moved. We had to pay to have this put in because we had an idea that we would be buying a boat, you know, as we got a house on a river.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had the mooring put in and bought the boat.
If we can, would you like to show us a little bit about the outside of your boat?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the boat is nearly 30 years old now, so it is showing a few signs of wear and tear, and in some ways it is a little bit of a job to keep on top of it, but yeah, we've managed to keep it quite nice for its age.
Well, I think she looks absolutely beautiful. How long have you owned it for?
We've had it for 16 years now.
16 years?
Yeah.
That's quite a long time to have a boat, but I know when it's the right boat, it's the right boat, isn't it?
Sure.
So what is actually driving the boat? What sort of engine have you got?
Up until 2 years ago, we had a Honda 25.
Yeah.
We took it into a boatyard on the Ouse to have it serviced and anti-fouled and the rest of it. Yeah. And we were told that the engine was sort of on its last legs. So we've now got a brand new Honda 20.
I'm just going to walk to the back of the boat with you to have a look at that, because obviously I'm trying to do this and not fall in at the same time. Oh, that looks splendid on there.
So it's a bit dirty in the
oh, inevitably, leaves and things. So you've got a few trees overhanging yourself here, haven't you? But that's a cracking engine. Does that push it along quite nicely?
It does, yes. Being 25 years newer than the original, it's a better engine, and we also had automatic tilt, electric tilt put on.
That's a massive help, isn't it?
Whereas the other one was a 25, and to lift it manually to get the weeds off.
It's a bit of a job, isn't it?
It's a bit of a job.
And I can see you've got some, are they bathing platform or just steadies on the back there?
I don't know what they called it. I had them put on when I first bought it, when they were doing the pre-sales work on it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And that enables you to get to the engine to do your own servicing and such, like when you're used to servicing yourself.
Yeah. Obviously, we got the usual navigation lights and that sort of thing. Plenty of cleats for tying up.
And I noticed
we put a new spotlight on them.
That you have a very powerful spotlight, which is useful. And I'm just going to zoom in to show. It's an LED spotlight, is it?
Yeah.
And you have what we call a twanger on the front.
Yeah.
And we did a not so technical not so long ago. And basically we call it a twanger because it makes that noise when it hits something, goes under a bridge.
Under a bridge, yeah.
But you've got quite a few low bridges around here, haven't you?
We have, yeah.
So that's a vital piece of kit really, isn't it?
Yep. I have got a little bit of tape, you can see about 10 inches above. I can slide the pole down so that when I've got the canopy down, that gives me the height of the screen.
Oh, I see. Right. So that's good. So you can always have your height indicator set to the correct height.
Yep.
So whether it's canopy height or screen height.
Screen height. Yeah.
That's marvellous.
Yeah.
Well, shall we move to the inside if we're...
Yeah, sure.
Well, you made that look very easy, Graham. Now, again, please excuse my dodgy camera work for getting on.
Oh, I thought you was going to say dodgy knees.
Oh, it's going to get that way at some point, I'm pretty certain. So what we got out here, looks like a useful and very usable dashboard.
Yep. Up until about 4 or 5 years ago, there was another console here,
Yeah.
and my son Ashley and myself, we took that off. It was getting a bit worn, and we rebuilt this one out of
So you built this
dry.
yourself?
Yeah, the two of us, and put a new set of switches in.
That
and,
looks great.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that this is and I'm pointing to this on the camera, this is your new helm engine control for the new engine.
That all came along with steering cables and everything with the new engine.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's good. That's good. Yeah. So you're a complete new fitment right away
the whole
through.
lot, yeah. Steering and
and your throttle control.
Throttle
yeah.
control.
And of course, and I'm going to go back to this, you have got, as you said, the automatic tilt on it, and that must make life a lot easier.
Yeah, certainly does.
Great.
Yeah.
Canopy looks like it folds right the way back, and I don't know if anyone can see on this, again, with the camera just about picks it up. You've got a lovely seating area at the back, and almost like a sun deck for sitting on.
Yep.
Does the canopy fold completely away, or?
Yeah, it goes down onto the back of the seat.
Yeah.
There's a zip across here. That wasn't on the original canvas. I had a new canvas put on probably 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And I asked them to put a split canvas.
Oh, so you can have the
so
front
that I can
up
fold
and
that
the back down.
And if it's really sunny, or we can be in the shade.
That's a good idea. So you can literally split the canopy up or down depending on what you're wanting to use. Because this is a good size boat, is it? It's 28 foot.
28 foot, yeah. 6'10" wide.
So what we would call a narrow beam. So this
narrow
could
beam.
actually fit on a canal if needed as well. So you go.
Yeah.
There is no limit to the cruising range really.
That's right,
of this type of boat, is there?
We also, when we was looking for a boat, we found a lot of them hadn't got any headroom. This one we can walk straight through,
Right.
no worrying about it.
So you're about the same height as me, about 5'10", 5'11", give or take.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shorter than that these days.
Comes to us all as we get older. Just let the camera adjust to the light at the moment. So so Graham's about 5'10". Excuse the sound down here because we're a little bit echoey, and I'm trying out new microphones today as well. That is a good headroom, isn't it? So if you was a 6 foot person, you would easily fit in here, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's very good. So shall we start at the front, and then we'll work our way to the back?
Okay.
So you have here, this is what you call your main part of your cabin for the front berth, is that right?
Yeah, but we generally use this as a bedroom and just leave it.
So you can leave it made up?
As a rule, as just my wife and myself on.
Yeah.
So we leave this made up.
So why would you bother making it up every day? That's just
right.
hassle, isn't it? Yeah. It's a good size. And you said this is a 6'10" wide boat, which for a lot of the boats that we see on the rivers is quite narrow, but it doesn't feel narrow inside here at all. It feels like it's very well proportioned. Yeah. That's marvellous. Yeah. So you've got the standard size, and I'm going to point on the camera, you've got your main double berth around here, and that table obviously drops down.
Yep.
And you've got a handy sort of wardrobe, albeit a short wardrobe, just there with a side to it. And I think behind you, a little vanity unit.
Yeah, that's right.
That's unusual to have that all in the front cabin, isn't it? That's great. So as we come back, you have your saloon or dining area.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Does that make up another berth, or is
it does? Yes,
it does.
Yes. The table drops down in between the two couches here.
Right. Yeah.
And a slide out, and then the cushions.
That's ingenious. That is. So that takes what is a comfortable sitting for something to have to dinner at.
Yep.
Makes it into another almost double-sized bed.
Double-sized bed, yeah. This slides. There's some.
Oh, it's like a fixing to hold it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't use that very often, so.
Well, that makes that very usable.
Yeah.
And of course, when you're not using it as a bed, it means that you have extra space for your galley, which, again, for a boat of this width, seems to be very well catered for. So you have a fridge,
We have the fridge,
you have an oven.
cooker,
Your cooker is that a 2-burner? Yep, two burner.
2-burner.
A sink and a draining board, and quite a bit of storage
Oh yeah,
around here as well.
Yeah.
So if you're spending a week or two away, it's no problem really.
No,
is
no,
it?
no.
No.
There's 2 drawers here for cutlery and
I see.
and
Yeah,
cupboard under.
and you got a cupboard down
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah.
That's absolutely excellent, and I like the big opening windows as well. Now I know you got on board a little bit before we started filming, and you opened up the windows,
Yeah.
but it's cooled off the boat remarkably.
It has, yeah.
Yeah. So I've turned the camera around just because it's a narrow beam and I don't want to sort of push past Graham. I noticed that you've got, is that a water heater on the side there?
Yeah, that's gas water heater, yeah.
So that gives you unlimited amount of hot water, I guess.
Hot water, yeah, for the showers and...
So it's a
all the washing up and
full
everything.
hot water system
Yep.
throughout the boat.
Mhm.
That makes it very practical, doesn't it?
Yeah.
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 So what have we got just to here? Is this a giant
This
or is
is
this,
the
this is
head.
the main head, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got what looks like a sea toilet,
Yep.
a folding sink and a shower. And what you were saying earlier about the size of headroom in this is taken to that shower room effectively.
Absolutely.
That
Yep.
is a good size shower or washroom and toilet. I've seen boats that are twice the size of this and they have a half the size in that toilet area and shower room. So that is very well
Yeah.
designed actually into a boat like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what have we got here? Is this another wardrobe?
This is a wardrobe, yeah. We do hang some towels on that.
So
up in
again,
it as well, so
more storage.
you have to make do on boats, you know.
You do, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's behind the curtain?
Oh, this is... It's full of storage at the moment, but yeah, this is another bedroom.
Oh, so this is an under
Underneath,
cabin.
yeah, but it's got a load of stuff in it. Like that.
Yeah, I can say. Well,
Yeah.
it's like in most of
Yeah.
all of our boats, we keep the unused areas for storage and
Yeah.
keeping stuff
Yeah.
out of the way. But that to me looks like another good size berth. So you can. I'm just sort of totting up in my head here that between that one that's 2 people can sleep there, the centre that you could get 2 people there and 2 at the front. So that's a 6 berth boat. Admittedly, a little bit of a
It's
squeeze,
advertised
possibly.
as a 6 berth. We've only ever had 6 on it once,
Okay, and how was
and
that?
and that was 2 children.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was tight. You know, we
Tight but a doable
doable.
with 4
Yeah,
adults and 2
yeah.
kids on board.
It leaves you less space to put bits and bobs. You know, when,
Certainly.
if
Yeah.
you're away for more than a couple of days.
Yeah, luggage
know,
and that sort
yeah.
of thing. Yeah. No, I understand that. So Graham, you've obviously been boating a long time now and you're very experienced with this sort of boat. Is this your first boat that you've always had, or have you had boats before this?
This is my first boat. We didn't buy this until we retired, as I said earlier. With my parents, when I was a nipper,
Yeah.
we used to have quite regular holidays to the Norfolk Broads. So yeah, I've been boating since I was fairly young.
Yeah. So this has become
and-
second nature once
yeah,
you've got a boat.
and
of your
then
own.
we've hired the odd boat here and there since we've been married. But yeah, when we retired, we wanted a house by some water, and we were lucky enough to find one.
And this is a perfect accompaniment with
Yeah.
this mooring and this type of boat, because your boat is absolutely beautiful
Yeah.
and you keep
Thank you.
it so well.
you.
So what about plans for the future? Is this your forever boat?
I think it probably is. I mean, I can't see us buying another one.
Yeah.
How long we keep this is a question that we do talk about between ourselves and
Yeah.
our family.
Yeah. Certainly that
the
old
name,
adage of boats keep you bendy has worked. I'm sure people will be pleased to hear. To me, Graham looks like a fit mid-60s person, but you'll be surprised to know he's in his 80s.
Yeah.
And I would imagine boating has been a considerable asset for you being as fit as you are.
I guess it had something to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
The boat, incidentally, is called Jessa,
Oh, why
and
is
that
that?
is named from so name my wife picked from the initials of our 4 grandchildren.
Oh, how lovely.
So
That makes
yeah,
a very special name then,
yeah.
doesn't it?
So
Yeah,
we called it a family boat from, we bought it
yeah.
and we said, right, this belongs to the family and it's there when you want it.
Well, I mean, that's very
Yeah,
good. I mean, that means that the
um,
boat gets used for being, what it's designed to do, which is to take people away
yeah,
from their normal work lives or their everyday
yeah,
lives, take them on a bit of an adventure
yeah.
and
Uh,
look after them very well, because it's a good sized boat.
yeah. And only yesterday, my daughter, who lives in Coventry,
Yeah.
came down with some friends from Coventry, and they took it out for the day, done some canoeing or kayaking up the river,
Yeah.
and yeah, had a very nice day.
That's splendid.
So
Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show that, like you say, it's being used by all the
yeah,
family. So it is a
yeah,
real family boat.
yeah.
Well, Graham, thank you so much for showing us around on It's a Boat Thing.
That's a pleasure.
Very much appreciate your time for doing it, and you have an absolute wonderful boat. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
So a big thank you to Graham for showing us around his boat. As usual, if you like what you've seen, please comment below. And I think the subscribe button is over here in the corner. We'll see you next time.